guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm having a day, okay? And I don't want to be one of those phony people who's like, love and light, when you just want to, like, you know, punch something in the face. You have to allow yourself to have emotions, because people should feel things. So this reading is for my fixed rising signs. I just want to use your rising sign. Let's just try it out. Let's see how we feel about this collectively. Comment below too and let me know if you prefer I do moon signs again or you like the rising signs. Let me know. So for my Aquarius risings, Leo risings, Taurus risings, and Scorpio risings, this reading is for you. First of all, we have the Salamander card. And the Salamander card poses an interesting question because it tells us, are we making improvements or are we repeating a lot of the same things that we thought we were letting go of? Are we holding on to bad habits? Are we keeping ourselves held back, or are we genuinely moving forward and making progress? I also have the Oracle card, Friendship and Union. So friendship and union, this is a time to maybe start thinking about, again, are we moving forward or are we receding into ourselves? Are there people in our lives that are enabling these behaviors of ourselves that we're not that proud of? Or are we actually around people who are encouraging our best selves? Are we being our best selves? Like, this is kind of a week where it feels like you made 2 steps forward, but then you're kind of being pushed back a little bit. There's some pushback. I also have King of Cups and 2 of Pentacles, so I feel like you're very emotionally charged and you're very focused on what you want next. However, it's almost like you're being stuck. Someone's like holding you back, or you're holding yourself back, and you can't really figure out why you're feeling this way. I have the Chariot reversed also, so I feel like you're really trying to break out of some kind of habit. You're trying to release some kind of routine that you've been caught up in, but you don't really know where to begin. Half of this is, though, that you're taking on so much and pretending like you're not. You're always kind of overly accommodating what other people want from you. You're always jumping to meet other people's standards or needs or expectations of you. And I think because of this, you're not able to progress or move forward or be who you want to be, because you're always so focused and caught up on what you think other people need from you. I think in order for you to make some strides this week and to really let go of the need to like overly accommodate other people, because essentially you're kind of being drained this week. Financially, emotionally, spiritually. I have 7 of Cups reversed. I feel like you have so many different interests and so many different things that you want to start doing, but I think that you're kind of holding yourself back and you're allowing other people to kind of keep you, you're allowing other people to kind of keep you down. You're doing all these, like, you're doing something. But I think of 3 of Pentacles reversed, the best way to describe the 3 of Pentacles reverse card is kind of like you get grouped up in an assignment at school and you end up being the one that does all the work, but the 2 other people take the credit for it. I feel like that's kind of the vibe this week. But it's also kind of like one of those moments where I want to, like, lovingly shake your shoulders and be like, why are you continuing to let people walk all over you? It's okay to love people. It's not okay to be held back by them. It's not okay to be depleted by them. I think that you're trying really hard to be a people pleaser, but you're not doing what you need. You're doing what you think other people need from you, and you're gonna have a tower moment, because sometimes when we get caught up trying to overly accommodate what we think is needed of us, we end up kind of losing both the community around us, because people can tell when you're not doing something and your heart's not invested. Like, if you're doing something and your heart's not invested, people see that, they feel that. Whether they realize it or not, they've placed those expectations on you and you've allowed them to. But I think people are going to start noticing, like, hey, maybe this person isn't really, you know, that invested in our friendship or that invested in this activity that I'm forcing them to do. I feel like something's going to catch up to you because you're not being honest with yourself. You have to start being honest with yourself. I have the Tower card, so this week is kind of a reckoning of truths. However, in a lot of ways, I feel like it's a fun sense of liberation. Like, yeah, you might go through some Tower moment this week where maybe you reevaluate who your friends are, maybe your friends are reevaluating who you are. Whatever it is, I feel like it needs to happen. It's kind of like an inevitable thunderstorm up ahead. It needs to happen because you're just holding yourself back, and I think you need to start taking yourself more accountable. you need to also be more vocal and not be a pushover. You're being a pushover. And it's weird because it's not really even like anyone's been bullying you. It's just that you don't know when to quit. So this is kind of your week of you need to rest, you need to have a break, you need to admit when you're kind of tired, when you're over something, when you don't want to do something, when you don't want to answer your phone after you just got off the phone with someone. Those are like small steps toward boundaries so that it helps you actually go in the direction that you're trying to go in, and it's not this repetition of, oh, I'm taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. It sounds tense, but I feel like it's going to be a really like breath of fresh air kind of week for you. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I needed that, you know, kind of, that's the feeling, that's the vibe. If you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment below and tell me what you think, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. It's my cardinal spread. This is for my cardinal signs, because I think last week I was saying how you guys were doing so good and it was such a chill week for you. But I have the Bison spread. The Bison Oracle card is interesting and significant because this is a week about grounding yourself. You are having a reality check, and I know it doesn't sound like the best or most painless kind of week, but I also have this Oracle card, Earth and Ground. So I keep getting this theme of like you needing a wake-up call. I also have 6 of Wands reversed, so there's maybe a reputation like situation coming up. Maybe people are questioning you, or they're being judgmental towards you, or people are just like, there's eyes on you, but it doesn't really feel like a good feeling. You're not like the most thrilled about this. I also have the Star reversed. You're making yourself sick. You're overworking yourself. Especially because, you know, cardinal signs don't know how to rest ever. So I'm not really surprised that, you know, you're overworking and you're overexhausting your body. I'm pretty sure I like overly cautioned this before. I know I have. And this is interesting because you're very motivated. Like I see, like I have the Emperor and I have 2 of Wands. Like you know what you want. You really want to start working towards it, and you will do it. You're willing to do it. But it's kind of like you lost sight of why you're doing anything in the first place. You don't love it anymore. And you're stuck still doing something now because you feel like, oh, that's what I just should be doing. I've already gotten a 8-year, you know, I've already been in college for 8 years. I just have to do this career now because it's what I've been doing. But I think kind of similarly to the fixed risings, cardinal risings, I feel like people are going to notice when your heart's not invested. I feel like people are going to be able to call you on your bluff. You know, kind of like how people can tell if a doctor is doing what they love because they love it or because they want the money. People are going to tell where your interest is, and I think people are going to question you. I think it's going to stress you out. I think it's going to make you want to recede into your shell and be kind of a hermit and not text people back. But I don't think this is as bad as you're feeling. I think you need to kind of step outside of yourself, and I think you need to actually question the things that other people are kind of noticing right now. Are you happy? Are you happy with your job? Do you think you're doing a good job at whatever you're invested in right now? Is it because you're not happy with it? Is it because you want to do something different? You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your mind. And I also have Queen of Pentacles reversed. Watch your spending and stop emotionally spending to try to do a quick fix or heal whatever funky energy you're feeling. Limit your spending this week. I also have the Hermit and King of Pentacles. So I do see like a bounce back. I do see a recovery. I do see a sense of like you getting back up and trying again and being pretty fierce about it, being pretty strong about it, not taking anyone's shit, knowing how to go after what you want, and being really aggressive about it in a way that's actually beneficial to you after you rest. You need to rest. You need to take time to yourself. You need to relax. You need to have some champagne, or you need to, you know, watch some Studio Ghibli films. I feel like I'm always saying that, but you do. And you need to kind of reconnect with yourself, because you're calling all the shots, but they might not be the right ones because you're not giving yourself a moment to think. You're kind of like, oh, I have to wake up and I have to go work out and I have to go work and then I have to go call my friend and then I have to go to this dinner event and then I have to work out at night or something, or watch this show and then go to bed and repeat it all over again. Like, you're not pausing. You need to pause because people are going to start noticing, and you also need to let some people humble you this week. Let people's constructive criticism be seen as loving. Obviously, if someone's just being plain hurtful, put up some boundaries, but I think you need to focus more on you right now and less on like your money and your work. Granted, I'm not trying to be tone deaf. I understand that in a materialistic society, we don't always have the privilege to just not worry about money, but I do think that you're kind of overly dwelling on it to the point that even after you clock out, you're like working. So stop that. Okay. So if you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. So this is for my mutable signs. Mutable signs. Everyone's going through it, but I have good news for you. Mutable signs, you guys are probably the most thriving this week. I'm not saying that it's painless, but I do see that you're kind of coming out of a very long tunnel, a very dramatic tunnel. You were caught up in someone's drama lately. You were kind of sucked into someone's BS, and I think because of this, you were very... I love when my dogs start barking. That's great. Keep it going. You're very defensive this week because you're not handling change in a way that's making you feel good. There's a lot of radical adjustments this week, and something happens where maybe like your money dips, or maybe an investment with someone dips, or you go through a breakup or something this week. Something happens where you're like caught off guard and you go into panic mode. And I think instead of just like relaxing and still focusing or putting your energy on other areas of your life that are productive and that make you feel good, I feel like you're being really defensive and you're being kind of just drained. I do have Temperance, and I do have the Magician and Seven of Pentacles, so I do have this feeling that, you know, first of all, let me backtrack. I have the Hummingbird Oracle card. So this is really positive because it tells me that the hard stuff that you've been going through is almost over. You're at the end of the tunnel. You're about to have some good news. Something good is about to kind of make all of this not necessarily worth it, but I do feel like you're going to get that breath of fresh air again. You're gonna breathe again. You're gonna feel good again. It doesn't feel like that in this moment, so you're probably hearing this and like rolling your eyes at me, but I do feel like this is kind of a card that tells me you've been dealing with a lot of people's BS for a very long time. That's almost over now. I do think that maybe you had to like walk away from some friendship dynamics or something along the way, and this is probably why some of this energy is a little funky, because when I have the Magician, so when I have the Magician card, I'm thinking like, whatever you're manifesting this week, whatever you're thinking, it's multiplying. It's showing up. It's probably freaking you out. So really, you have to be careful about what you're thinking. You have to be careful about some dramatic scenario of devastation that you've concocted in your head that didn't even happen in your reality, and there's no signs of it happening. You know how some people will do that. We'll sit here and we'll think of like this tragic worst case scenario, and we'll just like really go into detail. Stop doing that. Specifically this week, because again, like, you're receiving a lot of the things that you're putting your energy into this week. Not saying you're attracting everything to you that you think of. I'm just saying that you're more powerful this week than I think you're realizing, than you're giving yourself credit for. And you are watering those investments, watering those plants. Something is growing, something is coming to you. I do think you're going to have some kind of money shift. I do think that you're going to have some kind of adjustment with relationships where both you find like a middle ground with someone. And I think for a while it's been like a tug of pull. I think you finally find a middle ground with someone, and you're able to like see someone in a more objective way, and you might feel more understood objectively, because again, you've been coming out of this really long period of just drama, and you're finally at that end period, that resolution period. Maybe you're off your period. No, I'm just kidding. But with the Seven of Wands, I just want you to be careful, because you did go through a lot. You're going through a lot. You're in a healing process. You have the Death card, so you're literally in this very intense transformational period. It's been this way for a really long time. But sometimes we can be jaded and hurt people unintentionally when we don't mean to. So again, just put your energy into your goals and investments this week, less into the drama. Even if you're bored and someone sucks you into it and you want to hear the gossip, don't do that, because you're just going to be feeding the dragon, the beast, I don't know. So yeah. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you liked the Rising Sign edition. And I will see you in my next video.